Yeah, that was scary. I don't know what happened.
뭐라고요? Okay. 애들 아니면 애들 소개하게 나오라고 언제 시작하는 거예요? So when do you want to start? When do you want to start the video call now?
We can start anytime. I got some really bad news. My kids who were here last week had to go home because we had really bad rains and they got flooded out. So your presentation and stuff, and I'll be glad to talk. But they won't be here.
So how can we start it?
Go ahead.
So 선생님이랑 하자는 것 같아요. Okay. So you don't have a key, so our student will introduce about our Korean drama, plus and Korean culture. So 1 to how many students do we have? 15. So 1 to 15. Good. Okay. 지금 텍사스에 장난 아닌 거 알지? Okay, so 애들 다시 얘기해. 얘들아.
Fighting.
Can you wait, sir? Cause 지금 텍사스에 비도 오고 애들도 다치고 그래가지고 텍사스에 지금 애들이 없대. 그래서 지금 선생님하고 우리랑 선생님한테 잘 설명을 해줘야 돼. 그래야지 애들한테 나중에 또 연결돼서 거야. Okay, so let's start now, sir.
Okay.
Okay, who will go first? Let's go. Let's start now.
Hello, it is honor to meet. I have a class with you again, and we are the students of the National Convention High School. And during this class, we can learn each other's cultures and discovery and opportunity to visit Korea and Texas. And we want to talk about Descendant of the Sun, which is the Korean drama, and the different localization of Korea. Descendant of the Sun will go first.
앉아요.
I cannot, all I see is that you started share screening. I cannot see it yet.
아직 안 보이는데.
Cannot see it yet. All right, now I see it.
We want to talk about Descendant of the Sun. Do you know this drama? Can you hear me?
Yeah, could you speak a little more loudly? It's difficult to hear. A little closer to the mic. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you know this drama, Descendant of the Sun?
Oh yeah, watch the whole one. Yeah.
Oh, that's characters first.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the characters first. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
It's going in and out. If you get a little closer, Mike, I hear you a little bit better.
And first one is
Chijin is the captain of South Korea Special Forces.
and next 강모연.
강모연 송혜교였다. 강모연. At first, as a talented surgeon, Moya believes that her career will improve through hard work in operating room.
And 서대영 is
친구의 surgeon, major surgeon.
and the last one Yoon Myung-ju.
Yoon Myung-ju is an army doctor and the daughter of a general.
And like you see, the summer of this drama is a story about soldiers and doctors making through many hard and adversity. And the next one is more about actors.
Song Joong-ki is a talent actor. He has worked on Song Joong-gas scandal, A Werewolf Boy. Song Ye-kyo is a talented actress. She has also made roles in Return and Full House. And Kim Ji-won, she is talent actress. She has worked on Air's High. 친구 is a talent actor. He was works of movie Myeongnyang.
And next we'll talk about the tourist spots system. First, Old Hampo Tourism, which is in Gangwon-do, Present City. And most of all things are known as Habaeknet, as those places from Europe.
Where is that located at?
In Gangwon-do, Habaek City. Do you know the Gangwon-do? It's in Korea, and Gangwon-do, Herman.
Okay.
And next one is Mount Nation Art Mine, which is Korea.
Right.
Gangsan-gun, Gangwon-do, Korea. The place does a saving life at the power station that are caved because of earthquake, as that is used for lights in that mine.
Wow.
And the third one is TNG Capitalist Terrorist Center. Gyeonggi-do provides Pajusi, and there were experienced military headquarters deploying troops in Paris. And lastly, we're gonna say the question and answer, the typical question and answer.
I know the popularity of that show is really strong in Korea and in China. How come it was so popular in China? Do you have any idea?
You mean how is this drama popular?
Yeah, in China.
This drama exported to China, so this drama exported to China, so many Chinese can see their TV.
Okay. Thank you.
And the typical question
Yeah.
But there are many prohibitions in North Korea. Sadly, there is no harm that damage from art. Just a drama.
It's not that easy to cross the border as it is to do as they show in the movie, is it?
No, it's really hard.
Yeah, I thought there's all kinds of landmines and stuff. They just seem to cross all the time. Go ahead.
Just thank you.
Oh, thank you. You did such a wonderful job.
And next, our team are going to say the different representation of Korea and
Okay. Go ahead.
today we are going to talk about cultural differences and the others in Korean drama. Now I will talk about cultural differences in Korean drama. If your friends from your first, how will you feel? Maybe you will feel terrible. But Korean feels little bit bad feelings or returning. Can easy
Yeah.
find these scenes in Korean drama. I think it is cultural difference between Korea and America. Most of America doesn't like when someone touches their body. Some Koreans don't like touching, but most of Koreans like touching pets. So now can you understand those scenes? I want you not to feel terrible when you're watching those scenes in Korean drama.
Yeah, karaoke. Is that really that popular?
What?
Is it really popular in Korea?
Yes, really.
Okay.
In Korea, they have karaoke. I know they have karaoke called karaoke, and alone or they can use alone or with friends. When you want to sing a song, then they go to karaoke and want to relieve the stress.
Right. Now, ask you a question. I know. I hope it's not. How much does it cost to do that? Or how do they make their money?
Maybe $70.
Wow.
No, sorry. It's $70 for 1 hour.
For how much for an hour?
1 hour.
Okay, 1 hour. Okay, good. Thanks.
This is a video about karaoke.
Yeah. Okay, I'd like to see this one. Yeah.
Everything in Korean drama is not always right, so I will choose one of them. In our country, there is a special place called Pyeongtaek. When Conan O'Brien came to South Korea, he also went there. First, so I talk about Pyeongtaek. It is like a hot spring in Japan. Pyeongtaek has many different rooms, for example, hot steam room, ice room, and storage room. And because of cheap price, you rest benefiting after country visit. Korean drama and TV program shows fashion culture that people wear cheap hat shape coloring demand. You don't have to do it like think that someone doing to be better. But I guess people in other countries visit wearing cheap hat shape color is a really there. It is just trying to change our feelings so everyone always doing it. Drama is not always right.
How popular are saunas? Or how much does it cost to go? 1,000 won? 8,000? Okay, good. Thanks. That's not that much.
So now, last one, I'm going to talk about cultural errors in Korean drama. Let's see a video first. This was issued from the drama Everybody Teaching. If you are interested in parody or funny things about the Korean drama, then you can know what it is. Exactly, the woman was angry because of him, so she had hit him with tea, just for emphasize that she was so angry too. By being guilty, we never use food to hit his stomach, although we are used to. Even the food that she used was a typical traditional food in Korea. So anyway, remember is just for drama, not a real. Do you have any questions? We hope our presentation helped you guys.
Oh, it was wonderful. I see a lot of asanas in the in Korean dramas, and I see a lot of karaoke. I mean, it seems like almost every drama they go to karaoke, and a lot of times there's a lot of drinking, and most of the people seem to be drunk while they're singing. Is it real common to sing like off tune and just to go out and have a really good time, or is it you? In the United States, people try to sing really, it's a little bit different is what I'm trying to say. And karaoke is not that popular. I was just wondering, if it's a stress reliever, they don't really care how you sing then, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, good. I was hoping that was the case, because if that was good, oh, it's crazy. And why would they hit people with kimchi? Seems like it's a waste of good food. I don't know.
Because they wanted to advertise the kimchi.
Yeah. And one more quick question. I noticed you compared the Korean students with American students. Do you think that Korean students that come over here, do they develop poor study habits when they go back home? Or, you know, I know a lot of Korean students will come over to the United States. Are they any different when they come back?
Sorry, can you say again?
Yeah, I was wondering if you noticed if any of your friends that may come to the United States, do they develop bad habits when they come over here and go to school, and then when they come back, are they any different?
It is harder. In Korea, it's too harder to study than in America. Because I think here we have to stay after school for self-study, but in America, I was doing sports thing, or I got home and I did something for freely.
Yeah. I understand. What time do you guys normally leave after school?
Maybe 10 p.m.
And what time do you get to school?
7:15 a.m.
Wow. So you're there from, yeah, amazing. Bless your hearts. Some of our students come to school by 8 o'clock and they're asleep by 8:10. So, you know, it's a little bit different type of atmosphere. I don't know if free time does them any good, is what I'm saying. Too much free time's bad. No, I don't think I had any more questions. I thought that was a very good job. You did very good.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
We're really glad that we could share each other's this Korean culture. How do you feel about comparing your Korean culture with Korean drama?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. It's hard to hear. I'm sorry.
We're really glad
Okay, let me try. You're asking me a question. How do I feel? And I didn't quite get the other part of it. So could you speak a little bit closer to the mic maybe and hear it? I'm sorry. How do I feel about what? Okay, go ahead.
How do you feel about comparing real Korean culture and the real life and with Korean drama?
Oh, about the Descents of the Sun. How do I feel about Descents of the Sun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it. I really liked episode 15, where it kind of you didn't know if they lived or died, and they finally come back. I thought a lot of Korean. I watch a tremendous amount of Korean dramas. In fact, I don't really even watch American TV. I basically watch Korean drama. I'm watching a real good one now about the neighborhood lawyer Joe. I don't know if it's KBS one, I guess, and it's really fascinating to find how it dissects different parts of Korean society. And I really thought that this one had great chemistry between the two lead couples. They were absolutely really amazing, and it was very believable. And I had no idea that Trebek was there in Korea, and that was really pretty scenes. I liked it when they were in the car and he cuts the seatbelt loose and the car goes over and it saves her. You know, that was a good scene. Wow. I'm gonna have to repeat that again. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If you visit Korea, you could learn Korean stories, culture of Korea.
Okay. I don't know what it is. I guess my computer's going really crazy. Could you just type it in and just put it in chat and I'll be glad to answer it, okay? Just put in the chat box and I'll get or repeat it. Okay, go ahead. If you go now, I can hear you. Fine. What were you saying?
They were trying to say,
Okay, good. Great. I got it. Oh, if I visited Korea, I wish I had. In fact, a couple of kids who were going to talk to you tonight, they want to go really bad.
I want to go there too. But are you really trying to come over here?
I would love to. I actually got invited a couple years ago to give a paper in Korea. Your teacher may have told you my relatives came from Korea around 350. We moved from Korea to Northern Wei, and then go through Northern Wei, India, Armenia, and all that kind of good stuff like that. But yeah, I've always been fascinated with Korea. A couple of my students have been stationed over there. They're in the Army, and two of them, real good students, they marry Korean, they have Korean wives. And a couple of my other students that were former students of mine, they're from Korea too. So I maybe had 5 or 6 Korean students since I've been here. And then, like I said, 3 or 4 of my students actually lived in Korea and came back and married Korean women. Plus, like I said, I feel like I know a little bit about Korea, although I don't. But I mean, not only do I get to talk to you guys, but I watch TV every night, and it's always Korean. So.
So is there any
Any
Koreans going to your school?
Korean students at school, did you say? Yeah, we have very few here. There is a large Korean population here in Austin. Well, I would say large. There's quite a few Koreans. And one of our former students, he's graduating from law school. I think he just graduated from law school last week from Baylor. And he was a former student of mine. And his family owns a restaurant here in Austin. And they're very active in a church community. And we have quite a few people from Korea. But we have a large population. We're about 2.5 million people, and I don't know how many people are from Korea. You might want to type that because it's really fading out. I'm sorry.
This is the end of today for us.
Do I have any questions for you? Yeah. What do you find most interesting about your school? What would be an interesting fact about your school you could share? Besides wonderful teachers that need a big pay raise.
We are really specialized in dodgeball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have dodgeballs or not.
No, I wish we did. We don't.
Yeah, but we're really, really good at dodgeball. So there are some students that play dodgeball today morning. So I think this
I have another question. I see a lot when you go to watch dramas that it's very difficult to find jobs for a lot of people. They're always like interns for a long time or something like that. And I know that the economy is a little sluggish at this point. What's the job outlook in the future for students like your age? What kind of employment opportunities are really good for them, or what are they looking for to do?
in my case, I want to be a diplomat because I really like to. I have experience in Texas, so it was really a good experience. I've been to Texas, so I really like English, so I'm interested in problems and global issues, so I want to be a diplomat.
Wow.
Hi,
Huh?
I want to ask you that now Texas is like floating weather is
Yeah. I'm really sorry. I can't.
Can you say some music weather?
Okay. It's ridiculous. It's very difficult to hear. But what could you just type it in, and I'll be glad to. Okay. Thanks. Oh, weather. Yeah, we're having tremendous amount of rain. Uh, we've been actually flooded. My daughter lives in Houston. They had like 20 inches of rain a couple weeks ago. A car got flooded and destroyed. One of the girls that was going to stay tonight, her house was flooded out a couple months ago, and they had to leave. And now it's got flood down her street again, so she couldn't stay today. We've had a really, really odd winter time and early spring of rain. And we normally would get like maybe 30 to 40 inches of rain a year. And last year we've gotten 60 something inches of rain. And this year we're almost, we're way over rain now. So the rain where we're almost in a dry area. So it doesn't run off, it doesn't absorb, it floods and it goes into creeks and goes all over. So we've normally been fairly hot. It doesn't really freeze too much here. So, I mean, you could actually go a whole year without being below freezing. And you could have 90-degree Fahrenheit weather even in January. So people wear shorts around year-round here. So a lot of times, and there's no dress code. So it's a dress code, but kids could wear shorts all throughout the school year. It's not quite like California, but it's fairly it's fairly mild here. It's a pretty nice climate. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, how you think American drama? Okay. I think when the popularities, let me go back and ask the question kind of weird way. One of the reasons why Korean dramas are so popular is they kind of episodic and they build on each other. Where like in the United States, we have shows that kind of stand alone. So one week it's one thing, and next week it's another thing. And if you miss a week, you can kind of, you don't catch up or whatever. And then all of a sudden, they'll have interruptions, just like you guys do. I think you had a soccer game, and all of a sudden some things don't play off. And then people just quit watching. We've had tremendous amount of TV cancellations this year. Shows have been fairly popular in the past were completely taken out. I think Nashville was canceled earlier this last week on ABC. Castle was canceled after 8 years. Just the other night, this Tuesday night, NCIS, they just finished the 300th episode, and one of the main characters was just written off the show. And they had a nice little deal. Mike and Molly was canceled. Quite a few of our shows just come. It's crazy. I hope that was the question. I don't know. I answered something entirely different, probably. Go ahead.
I got it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Now I can hear you fine. Maybe ask the question again. I'll answer another one.
Okay.
Yeah. Ask the real question. Maybe I can answer it now. I'm sorry. Okay. If you go ahead, could you please repeat that a second? I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't quite catch all of it, but could you go ahead and type it, and then maybe I can answer it? I'm sorry. Thanks. Good. She says. Okay, the movie what? Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, okay, yeah. Actually, there's a history about that. There was a real person that got sawed up. I guess there were two missionaries or whatever, and it was based on a real show where they tried to destroy the evidence. And also, there was another one that was very similar to that in the real life. It happened in our city. A gentleman who was going to the university invited a girlfriend over, and he ended up killing her and then taking her to the bathtub and then cutting her up in pieces and getting rid of the body with another person. and then he was convicted, and so was she. So yeah, some of that stuff is I hate to say it, but it's actually based on true stories, and then they try to make it they make it a little bit worse. I don't think it's like Chosen and you know, a lot of the historical dramas or whatever, but you know, it literally was it's sad to say, pretty bad. We had a interesting thing happen here at our university campus. A young girl that came from Portland, Oregon, and she's a freshman. She was practicing at her dance. She was a ballet dancer, and she came back and she was choked to death by a homeless person. And so you know, we have a lot of violence in our society. Oh, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you. I had you guys got just a second? Or you guys got to go. I had a video on our part. I was going to show you. Okay, we're trying to what I was trying to get the kids to do is, can two different groups of people watch the same TV show halfway across the world and come up with some of the same ideas? I thought that would be kind of an interesting thing to talk about. So we decided to watch Descents of the Sun because it was by far very popular. You can see, again, picture. And it ran from February to April, and then they had the 3 extra episodes that they added on. Probably they wish instead of being a 16 episode, they would have liked to have that 20 at least, I'm sure. And I got this from the Nielsen ratings, but you can notice that in the first episode, it was just 18.2. And then at the last one, it got up to 46%. And having that kind of a market share is just absolutely fantastic. And I think that one of the few dramas, sometimes you watch a drama and people get interested in it and then they kind of just quit watching it. But in this case, more and more people were watching it. I don't know about the awards. You probably know more about the awards, but it was up for quite a few, and the girls were going to talk about it. Then the gentleman who was the lead actor just got out of the military, and a lot of people were wondering, especially a lot of our kids were wondering, you know, what was he going to do, because he did his 18 months or whatever in military service, and this was his first one back. He was absolutely excellent in it. There we go. You can read. I'm sorry. I can't believe in this case here that the girl that played the young doctor I thought was really, really good, but she was the other ones had a lot more experience, but I thought she did a very, very good job. They're very believable. I think the love interest between her and being an officer and him being a sergeant major was pretty good, significant, almost like in the Joseon era when a prince or princess was in love with a common person. Who is this guy here? Yeah. Okay. I thought it was really, really good. Engaging personality. I guess he's a singer. So, and our kids actually went to the XO concert here in Dallas, so they're pretty familiar with K-pop stuff. Learning other cultures through music, shows, and social media. The power of the internet's a major impact. Descents of the Sun and with the Korean economy. This is something that we studied to try to talk to you guys a little bit about. And will generate, they said, the market observer said that the 16 episodes will generate more than 3 trillion won, or $261 million worth of economic impacts for Korea. And the thing that was really fantastic, we found out, was like in Korea, it was pulling over 40% of market share, but in China, 440 million times during that streaming, it was been streamed, and now they're actually not only just streaming, but it's been sold, and the government, they're showing it on TV. So I thought that was pretty good. Product placements. I have not understood this, but when we get a Korean drama, whether it's on Viki or Drama Fever, all the commercials are at the very end. Do you have commercials in your dramas at all, or no? Okay, good. Well, most of all we see is just a product placement. So Hyundai came up in that one kissing scene that they have with the Hyundai, and the Hyundai's still driving and he's still kissing. That picture of a car here, but that, because of that, it jumped 10% market share in China alone. And so they were saying that Hyundai is very excited about their product placement there. And I drive a Hyundai, so I thought that was kind of neat. Oops, I'm sorry. Cosmetics, the lip stick that was used there surged 11 times after the drama started. And you notice that they had it to where you could actually see that. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then they had another balm that went up tenfold during March 14th and 20th. So the greater the amount of people watching, the better it was for sales. The drama was exported to 27 countries. China and Japan have bought broadcasting rights to the drama for $250 and $100,000 an episode. And that's really, when you start adding that kind of money up, that's fantastic. I think they did for 13 billion won, and they're going to have it all sold back. And this was one of the first ones that aired, that filmed everything beforehand, because they want to get through the Chinese censors. And the findings were that Korean dramas are widely popular in the United States, and students have universal interest. And right now, many of our kids are, and they found out Drama Fever is one of the larger of the. It came online in 2009, and they doubled amount of people watching each 6 months for the last 5 years. And kids are watching. A lot of our students, I would say maybe I have 170 students, I guess, throughout the day, and maybe at least 25% of the students watch Korean dramas. So that's a fairly large amount. So I would assume that students will be enjoying more and more Korean dramas. And Descendants of the Sun, I think, was a lot of it because kids liked it because of love interest. I really liked part of the shows because I thought the show was actually really well done. But I thought it was a good example of a Korean drama. So that was a little bit our take of it. I hope that was okay for you. But we sure do enjoy seeing you. And when do you get out of school now? Not today, but I mean, when is the end of the school year for you? And then when do you start back in the fall? Oh, in October? Wow. No. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Thank you. Oh, wait, just a second. August. Okay, good. I'm sorry. Yeah, we start back in August as well. But I'd like to try to see if we could, I have some kids who want to try to learn Korean, and we want to try to see if we could do a debate or something in Korean or English. You know, like one person do English and one person do Korean. You guys try to do it in English and we try to do it in Korean. That would be kind of interesting, I think. You know, try to do something a little bit different. So we'd be asking each other questions, but we're learning each other's language. Because I have some girls that are actually really good at Korean right now. And I kind of wish they were here. Like, we got mixed up last week, and I guess I didn't answer the email. And today the rains came and they couldn't come, but they were all excited. They went to EXO, came to Dallas, and they took off like 2 or 3 days. Went to Dallas, and their parents took them to the concert, and they buy all K-pop music. And I mean, you would think that they were from your side of the world. They really like, and they were very excited about getting to talk to you. So hopefully we'll be able to do it next time. Thank you.